in that bitch, hey. Let's go, what poppin' in that bitch, hey. What good, what poppin' in that bitch, hey. What good, what poppin' in that bitch, hey. What good, what poppin' in that bitch, hey. Oh, what good, what poppin' in that bitch, hey. Oh, what's good, what's poppin' in that bitch, hey. What's good, what's poppin' in that bitch, hey. Let me roll the window down, this hot up in that bitch, hey. Make it these dollar manifest a minute in this bitch, hey. Hey. I'm just raising my energy right now. I'm not even gonna cap me down. Cause bro, pain is a motherfucker, yo. Like, oh my God, dude. Oh my fudging. What's good, y'all? If you don't know who I am, my name is Jared Cinco. And this YouTube is called Cinco Live. Elevate the convo, simply because I am live communicating with y'all the lessons and things I'm learning on a day-to-day basis. It may not be every day I go live, but I'll go live as much as I can. And in Elevate the Convo with these lives is we're building upon the conversation. We're building. Yesterday I had a great conversation talking about how to be your own therapist, which is also basically how to be your own friend, how to be your friend, how to befriend your shadow, how to befriend your soul, how to connect with you a little bit more than you usually do. You know what I'm saying? But in this video, bro, processing pain is a superpower. Like, processing pain is a superpower. I want y'all to understand something. Let me see which way I can go with this. So, in the Bible, God flooded the earth. Do I know the backstory behind it? No, but we're gonna create a backstory. Fuck it, because why not? And I don't feel like trying to be extra perfect right now. So, let's say for instance, God created a flood because there were people on the land that were abusing their free will, and they were not allowing true harmony to flow through each other into nature, and they were having a lot of possessions and negative vibrations. And because of these possessions that were in negative vibrations, sometimes when there's too much dirt on your clothes or too much dirt on whatever you got going on, what happens? You got to clean your shit. If you're here right now, please like the live. A like costs nothing. A like is free. Please leave a like just so I can add more to to what I'm doing. Please leave a like to the video. Hello everyone who's popping in right now. I appreciate you sliding through. What's up? Givna Gaming, I guess. Mark, Sheree. Thank you for liking the video. Please like the video. You know what I'm saying? Because we finna build on this conversation. If you stay for long, you're gonna enjoy it. If you leave, whatever. Do what you're gonna do. I'm not here to make you stay or make you go. I'm just here to flow. Simple as that. So look, peep game. We were just talking about how what made God want to flood the earth when he did it. And we gotta understand this too. There's been multiple times when the earth has been flooded. It ain't just been necessarily once. So thank you for liking and subscribing, Martin. I appreciate you, gang. Thanks for complimenting the, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you, everybody who's liking the video. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your connection. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, in this video, we're talking about processing pain is a superpower. And the first aspect of this conversation, I'm bringing the context of when God decided to flood the earth. When he flooded the earth, I don't know the exact storyline to why he did it, but I'm gonna just give a motherfucking example to what I think why a divine being would want to flood his creation and the beings and on the land that he created on. Because there was too much toxicity in one land, to simplify it. It was too much toxicity in one land. let's break it down even more on a simpler scale. When you have a lot of dirt and bullshit on your clothes, your pants, your shoes, what do? You clean it. You add some water, you get some soap, and you feel me? You clean your mess up, right? Now, sometimes as human beings, we don't recognize the shit we need to clean until we see the actual fuck up, right? For instance, we don't necessarily start taking medicine until we are actually sick. Instead of taking healthy things or prioritizing our health consistently, so where we don't necessarily need to take prescription drugs or we don't need to go to the doctor. Now, that doesn't say going to the doctor is bad. I'm just literally saying if we was to prioritize our health more with what we eat, what we drink, what we think, how we process, how we feel, it'll change the way we utilize and it'll change the way we view health. Simple as that, right? So to get to the next part of this, I want you to really understand, like, pain is like, let me try to put it in a way that makes sense to me and to y'all at the same time without going too far off the ramp. So pain itself is a reaction towards what the body is experiencing that is causing harm, right? If you're experiencing pain and it is causing harm to your body, your mind is going to send an electrical signal to wherever the pain is being felt from, and you're going to feel this pain. Now, processing that pain takes depth, meaning like if you was to take this cup, right, and you was to zoom in on the threads that's within this shit, right, you will see the depths of how the thread is being put together instead of just looking at it from a faraway view and just leaving it at that. There's a reason how all of these shits got linked together to where it can get to this side and all the way to this side. It was a process. It took a minute, right? I have COVID, everything I could do to get better. Well, go outside, get some fresh air, because COVID, from not only what I've been told, but what I've experienced, COVID is just a lung illness. If you go outside, get some fresh air, and then consume things that is providing more of the fresh air, cleansing yourself out, then high key, that shit'll go away faster than you think. Because the COVID vaccine, bro, not the COVID vaccine, the motherfucking shit itself, if you was to expose it in everyday life, it would evaporate instantly. So what you gotta do is to keep your body at a certain temperature or a certain vibration. If you keep it at a certain vibration, guess what? It'll go away. Now, I'm a very big advocate of like using herbs instead of like going to get prescriptive drugs. However, I understand the importance of prescriptive drugs because they can help handle the problem right then and there. Herbs, what they do is they kind of like, they attack things from the inside out. So for instance, if you was to have like a magnifying glass aimed at an ant, it's gonna kill the ant from the outside in. Simple as that, right? But what if you have something that can kill an ant from the inside out? Which way do you think will die faster? Do you think the heat from the sun or from killing it from the inside out is a lot faster? From how I see it, the killing something from an exterior source will definitely kill it faster because it's harder to get to the core of something than it is to get to the surface of something. For instance, we can't go to the center of our earth. Another example, you have to open your hood to get to the engine. And then if you have all these different compartments that is in between the engine, like the turbines, the fluids and all that shit, you got to go through something to get to it. But if I wanted to just see the car, I could just go see the car. But if I want to see the engine I want to see, I got to open the hood, I got to dig into it type shit, right? So look, here's one of the things I've experienced that I've learned. Processing something is the experience unfolding itself to the undiscovered truth. Processing something is experiencing going through the undiscovered truth. I feel like I said the first one a little bit different, but I feel like it makes more sense the second time. Processing something is experiencing what's going on, but going undercover, meaning like lifting up the veil of what's actually happening. So, what's good, Mason? Like the video, gang. Since you saying it's you again, it's like the video, support, man. It's free to like a video. It don't cost a damn thing. You don't have to pay no subscription. You ain't even gotta go through an ad to watch this. You could just whoop, boom, watch the video, bro. Just go ahead and like it, gang. Just go ahead and like it. Go ahead and like the video. I appreciate it. So look, processing pain is a superpower. Every time you see a superhero movie, what happened? They went through some type of pain, their body processed that pain in some specific way, and they gained power. Spider-Man, what happened? This nigga got bit in the motherfucking neck in a spider laboratory. And guess what happened? This motherfucker, his body processed that pain. And even to go through the backstory for those who probably don't even know this, is that Spider-Man, Peter Parker was able to be Spider-Man because his dad specifically put his blood in the genetics in the spiders so that he can figure out how the spiders will react to different genetic sequences. So when Peter got bit, all he did was basically become the blended genome of what his father put into the spiders itself. Just a little backstory on that. And even to go a little bit further, if we were talking about Miles Morales, he was spray painting the wall at it's multiple different stories, but the movie version, he was spray painting the wall with his uncle, and then he sits down and then he gets bit in the hand. How the hell? And then that spider came from a whole nother multiverse, right? So if it came from a whole nother multiverse, peep game, he was able to electrify himself. Like he can produce electricity. He can become invisible, and he can shoot webs. How is his powers a lot different from Peter's? And it's all coming back to the center of the conversation. But how does this go back to Peter? Yo, do you remember that strawberry cake? I ain't gonna lie, gang. You about to make me go do some real shit that I don't want to do right now. So chill out. No, yo, that strawberry cheesecake was fire. You know what's crazy, bro? I've only seen it like twice since then. Only twice. I haven't seen that strawberry cheesecake since. That's crazy. Anyway, let's get back to the story. So look, Miles Morales, when he was spray painting the wall and finished his project, he sits down next to his book bag and gets bit by the spider, right? Once he gets bit by the spider, this nigga slams the spider. The spider doesn't even die. That shit gets back up and goes back to doing what it was doing. So how the hell does Peter Parker and Miles Morales' powers differ? Well, one came from a whole nother multiverse, and then one was generated organically, meaning his father put his blood in the spider's genetic sequence, and boom, boom, boom. So the pain that Miles Morales goes through with not being able to be artistically creative, the pain of Miles Morales having a father who's super strict but can't give himself the space to electrify his reality by kind of breaking the borders a little bit, by going outside of the norm, by not being so statistically correct. Because Miles Morales is a smart ass kid, and in the comic books I read and the movies that came out, this kid is freaking intelligent. He's smart as shit. And because Miles Morales is hella smart, he's able to process his pain on another level. Excuse me. You see, a lot of people think we need to actually be doing some super miraculous shit to actually gain superpowers, when in reality, it's the stuff that we go through internally that gives us these powers. Like, if you was to go through some type of pain that makes your body feel different, that makes your body express in a different way, and you're able to process why this is happening right now and the things that are in alignment with you that made that happen, this means you're processing that pain in a whole different way. And then a lot of times when you're processing pain, you're letting go. You're finding a better way to let go. Finding better ways to let go is way better than figuring out the problem itself. You got to process that shit. You got to understand what's going on undercover. Because the pain itself is going to be pain. Like, the pain is going to be pain. Like Naruto. Pain was pain. But as soon as Naruto got no Diddy, when he got under the covers of what pain really is, guess what? Naruto was able to change pain. He was able to uplift his perspective and turn it into something else. So that's what I am speaking on today. Processing pain is a motherfucking superpower. There's so much shit that people go through that nobody necessarily talks about because they are afraid to express their pain to someone else and feel like they're trauma dropping and all this shit. Well, as long as you can understand and express it to yourself in a positive way, in a straightforward way, in an honest way, that is more important than trying to get someone else's perspective to align with yours. Because those who is aligned with you is going to align with you and the things that you're going through. If you're hearing this live and you're new, please like the video. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jared Cinco. I am an artist. I am also let's say this, an opportunistic thinker. Let's say that. I'm an opportunistic thinker. I bring lessons and things that I've learned in my life, and I bring it into a video and talk about it. So in today's video, as I'm talking about processing pain and how it's a superpower, I'm going through pain right now in my own personal life. The pain of not having my own vehicle, the pain of going from full-time to part-time, the pain of sometimes feeling like I can't trust my own peoples, when all of that stuff is just literally fear. Everything that I've been through and things that I've experienced is out of fear. This fear that I've experienced, this fear that I've kept bottled up, is from a lack of acceptance. Damn. This lack of acceptance is why I go through, or why I've been through the lessons I've been through. Now, granted, I've had a lot of blessings, not gonna cap. I've had a lot of blessings in my lifetime, a lot. However, in my lifetime, a lot of the things I've learned in the process, it's a lot of shit that's kind of like common sense to the normal person. But because my common sense is on an elevated state, sometimes I don't see the common sense that's on a normal, regulated state or a third dimensional state. Because a lot of times my mind and mental is on such a loving vibration, sometimes I don't recognize the love that I need to have within myself to make sure if I'm around other people, they're matching the love that I give myself. And then with matching this love, I recognize more of how it is important to protect this love. Protection is key. Imagine if your protection is being severed. There's pain in that. That severing of your protection is painful because you gotta go through a change. You gotta adjust. You gotta switch shit around. You gotta do shit differently. And I'm okay with changing and doing shit differently. I feel like what I haven't done is accepted the shit that I am changing so I can truly do things differently. Because there's a difference between thinking about doing something. There's a difference between speaking about doing something, and there's a difference between actually fully embodying what you're doing. And I feel like I'm continually taking the steps I need to take to be in that alignment, because with my music, bro, the lyrics getting better, the music choices getting better, the way I put flows together is getting better. Everything is getting better. Even the way I'm even able to talk and speak as a person, as a man, is getting better. The way I'm able to address myself in certain situations is getting better. And I'm grateful as fuck for that, because it's a lot of experiences. It's a lot of times where I feel like I couldn't do that. So the fact I can now allows me to actually appreciate and see the growth that I'm going through, see the growth that I'm projecting into my reality, so that I can start seeing the growth state of consciousness that I'm coming across. All right. See, processing pain is same thing as processing anger, bro. When you get something hurting, words, goddamn. When you're going through pain, something is hurting. When you're going through what's hurting, sometimes it's motherfucking painful, and when it's painful, you get low-key mad or angry the fact that you're going through it. When you're mad and you're angry and you're going through something, guess what? That anger then is being fueled as like an extra freaking exhaust pipe to what pain is. It's like an extra exhaust pipe. Now the question is, do you want that exhaust pipe that's spitting and loud as shit and making your car sound loud, but it is not actually assisting and helping your car performance? Or do you want that exhaust that's a little loud? It gets loud when you need it to be, when you revving the engine, when you pushing it, and then it's making your car move beautifully. I take having my car move beautifully instead of having a loud ass exhaust pipe just so I could be seen. I don't want to just be seen. I don't want to just be heard. I want to be felt. I want to be understood. I want to be understood. I want to be overstood. I want to be completely, what's the word I'm looking for? Comprehensible. Meaning, who I am, I know I'm a compromising person. Sometimes that compromising is usually only for other people and not enough for myself. So what I'm doing today is being able to take accountability and being able to actually face that fact and start doing these things for myself. Starting to put things in place for myself. And while I'm doing things for myself because I love myself enough and I'm continuing to love myself, I'm continuing to build this relationship I have with myself, guess what? It's going to end up blending into other people. Like, I know when I shine super bright. I know when I'm shining and when I'm blossoming, I shine so amazing. It's beautiful. It's so damn beautiful. The hardest thing about shining though is maintaining that light. How long can you maintain that light? It's like trying to run with a lighter. And it doesn't have like a cover in front of it to ensure that the lighter doesn't get blown out. See, sometimes we need to cover ourselves in ways where it allows our lights to still shine, but it's protected. An example of this is when you see rappers around, what's good, Acid Toes? What's good, gang? I don't know why y'all be choosing these fucking names, but hey, man, kudos to you. Hey, you're creative for that. You know, some acid is good for the body, too. Oh, shit. So listen, gang. You got pain, you got pleasure. You got anger, you got passion. You got love, you got hate. Everything has its polar opposites. Processing pain is processing, what did I say pain was? I said anger, passion, love, hate, pain. Is it pain the opposite? Is pain healthy? I don't know what the fuck I said. Yo, Acid Toes, what did I say, bro? I said pain, something. Then I said anger, passion. Then I said love and hate. Let me know, bro. What help a brother out. Be the audio I need right now. I need you to link these rings up. Forgot what I said. Damn it, he forgot to. Fuck. Alright. Help me out, ancestors. What did I say? Pain. On the other side of that pain, you have, let's just say health. Nah, I don't know. Health is just too vague. Like pain, you know what I'm saying? You know exactly what that feel like. Why shorty driving like what the hell? That's that CRV I want though. I ain't gonna lie, that shit look beautiful. So pain, pleasure. There we go. You got pain, pleasure, anger, passion, hate, love. Now let's dive into this real quick. Pain, you going through some you going through some hurt, you going through some sadness, you going through some ish. Pleasure, you're feeling good, because you're either experiencing something from someone else, you're experiencing it from yourself, or you're giving something out. Pain is the same way. You're either receiving it, going through it internally, or you're giving it out. So here's the thing I'm learning right now. I didn't prepare for none of this shit I'm talking about right now. I just kind of let it flow. And what I'm learning is, if you can't find pleasure in your pain, if you can't develop pleasure out of the pain that you're experiencing, that's a better way to say it. If you can't find pleasure in the pain you're experiencing, then you're only going to continue to experience the same pain. Let's say there's a brother that is going through like STDs and all this shit, and he's continuing to go through the same shit with the same fucking problems until this motherfucker decides to say, you know what, I find it more pleasure being healthy than going through the pain of going back to the doctor, getting shots, taking pills, doing all this extra shit. I find more pleasure being healthy. Well, guess motherfucking what that man starts to do? He starts to change his world around, and he starts to develop more pleasure in his life instead of pain. When you develop more pleasure, for sure, when you develop more pleasure in your life, you're developing more love. People hate on others because it's painful to see someone go through something that they want to go through, so they hate on it. They love that they're going through it. However, they are too ignorant to express that love and decides to only express hate. See, me, I've gone through seeing people do great things, never hated on them. I've seen people run super fast. Shoot, I envy them a little bit, but really I was inspired, saying like, damn, how could I run that fast? I've seen people do crazy dunks and make crazy jump shots. I've seen people do amazing things. And I've seen myself do great things as well. And all the things that I've seen myself do that is super great, one thing that I embrace 100% is that regardless of if I'm high or if I'm low, my goal, bars, is to inspire someone that's around me to be great. And that's what I'm doing with this video. If you're watching this, please like the live. What I'm speaking about is finding ways to process what we're going through and use this processing method to be like a superpower in our life. Because guess what? Imagine if Peter Parker was like, man, this spider, I'm not doing none of this shit. Bro, I got webs shooting out my body. I got strength I don't really want. Fuck this. I'd rather sit in my room and be in pain. That'll be a dull-ass, lame-ass, boring-ass story. But what he decided to do was, shit, I went through pain because when he bit me, I had heat flashes. A nigga was having scary dreams. Nigga, I was sweating in my fucking bed. Bro, I couldn't even grab something without a stand stick to my fucking hand. You know what he did? He decided to, you know what? This pain I'm going through right now, I wouldn't wish this on nobody. And because I went through this pain and I'm realizing how it's actually helpful in my life in so many ways, I'm gonna provide a pleasurable experience for myself and others. I'm gonna help people. I'm gonna make a suit. I'm gonna cover my face because I know when people see me do what I do, I'm gonna have obvious ops. So they're gonna know where I live and everything. I can have that shit. Hell no. Nah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on a suit. I'm gonna cover my face up. I'm gonna do my damn thing. That's gonna be the mask I wear. This gonna be my artistry. Cause you gotta remember, Spider-Man was a photographer. Y'all gotta remember that. Spider-Man was a photographer. He wasn't like no regular schmo, average Joe. This nigga was average Joe in body, yes. But this man was a photographer for the news, goddamn. Imagine ABC. He was a photographer for ABC, goddamn. He making pretty decent breach, but it's New York at the same time. You know what I'm saying? New York, motherfucking, you go ahead, gang. New York, motherfucking, that's the big apple. And sometimes a lot of people want to bite out of this motherfucking apple, but there's not enough apples. So motherfuckers got to find a way to find a seed, plant their own shit, and make their own apples. But how the fuck can you grab a seed and plant your own motherfucking apples if you ain't got no soil to put the seed in? And that's where we move to the next part of this conversation. I talked about pain, pleasure. Now let's talk about anger and passion. You see, a lot of motherfuckers go through, like, this is the best way I can say it. A lot of people be angry at their family members because of what they've gone through. And they take that anger and they project it onto them instead of them deciding to, you know what? I want to try to understand your situation. Like, lay it out on me. Put all of your cards on the table. Let me understand you. And as I understand you, I'm going to give you the opportunity to understand I'm here for you because I love you. 1. 2, it angers me to see you like this. 3, it's painful to know you're going through this and feeling like you're doing it alone and I'm here to help you. You don't have to go through that shit, gang. You don't. You don't have to go through that shit. Instead, you know what you can do? We could talk about it. We could create a plan. We could buy a planner together and work on shit together. It don't have to be every goddamn thing, but it could be like 45 to 80% of shit we could work on together until you feel like you can get on your 2 feet and we could work shit out. And this is not just saying financially. This can be emotionally, intelligently. This could be mental expressingly. This can be goddamn working out the body. This could be a whole lot of shit. It ain't got to be just money, gang. So I'm saying this to say, anger, pain, and hate, if you process that shit in a specific way, you will then become like the superhero of your life. You will be the superhero of your life. And a superhero is no other than a light source that allows you to know there's still hope. There's still a chance. There's still a possibility. We can still do this shit. I know last week was ass. I know last month was I know last year was fuck. But guess what? We still got hope. We still got a chance. You want to know how we still got hope? We still got a chance? Because our superhero is making sure he's getting up every day to save us. So we're going to make sure we get up every day to save ourselves. A lot of people's superhero is religion, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Buddha, whether it's whatever. Everybody has their own superhero. Another word for superhero, God. Everybody has somebody that they're looking up to as a form of hope. You know what I've been looking at for hope? Myself in the motherfucking mirror. Because you know what I recognize when I look myself in the mirror and I'm going through shit and I either can control it or can't control it or force it or when I flow with it. One of the things I've always recognized is that a superhero only becomes a villain when he decides to process things that is selfishly toxic. How does that make sense? What the fuck is selfishly toxic? Well, selfish is doing for self. You're being like self. Selfish. Or you can even break it down a little bit more. Shellfish. So a shell that you're encompassing yourself with and you're swimming to where you can feel comfortable, peaceful, and loved. Selfishly toxic is fully tapping into your shell and being toxic in that motherfucker and not giving a fuck about what's going on outside of it. That's selfishly toxic. That's what villains are. They're selfishly toxic. Oh no, you went through bullshit when you were a kid. Like, think about, I'm gonna use this example, Meet the Robinsons. If y'all seen Meet the Robinsons was hard, I ain't gonna lie. Meet the Robinsons, gang, I ain't gonna cap you down. What was his name? Goob. Goob decided to sit in that motherfucking shelter until he was like 30 something. 34 probably. He stayed in that bitch for that many years. He was selfishly toxic to himself, which is how he ended up revolving a reality that is selfishly toxic. And then here's the crazy thing. As you build on something, you're going to meet your equal opposite. It's crazy to even like break that shit down, but it's true. Spider-Man met Venom. Superman met, what's that nigga name? I forgot his name. I can't think of his name. But you know what I'm getting at. Like, every superhero had their equal opposite that they had to overcome. And at that point, when they're facing their equal opposite, it's all about willpower. Who wills it more? Who is able to willingly put their frequency that is greater than those who they're opposing? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to willingly oppose the frequency of selfish toxicity. What I'm doing is going to be selfishly pleasurable and beautiful. Because I'm such a selfless person, I do so much shit for other people, sometimes I forget to even put myself first. And then when I do want to put myself first, it's from a level of toxicity. Because it's at a point where my cup is already empty and I can't fill it up with anything else. So I'm like, shit, fuck it, I'm gonna fill it up with this. Yeah, right. So I say all of this to say, I'm supposed to wait. Oh well. I say all of this to say processing pain is a fucking superpower, because you're able to process what you're going through and turn it into something greater than what the fuck you're going through. That is a superpower. That is a gift. That is a motherfucking goddamn great job. I'm proud of you for doing that. So for all those that's listening right now, I want you to know, if you're able to process your pain in a positive way, turn the pain that you're going through and end it off with desiring and moving with pleasurable actions that opposes that pain to make sure that pain is not recycling, I want you to know I'm fucking proud of you. I want you to know I'm proud of you. I want you to know you're worth it. And I want you to know you are enough. My mom had told me, it's an affirmation you need to start saying, and that is, I am enough. I know I'm loved, I know I'm appreciated, and I know I am valuable. However, I don't say I'm enough. So if you're watching this, add that to your goddamn rubrics, your scales of you. I am enough. Say it with me if you're listening. I am enough. Okay, I am enough. One more time, like, I am enough. Processing pain is a motherfucking superpower, and you know it. Love you. Have a good rest of your day.